the Goalball Nations Cup 2024. Brazil, Japan, Germany, Iran, Poland, Montenegro, Sweden, Lithuania, USA, Ukraine, South Korea, Egypt, Finland, Denmark, Greece, Italy, Spain. 70 nations. 3 days. 1 winner.
English language here at the Wanda Nations Cup Goalball in Berlin. We had a semi-final in the women's competition, Berlin against Malmö, 8-4 win for Malmö. They will play in the final. But now we switch over to the men's competition. If you want to watch Brazil against South Korea, it's Stream A. If you want to stay here, you will get a tasty menu of goalball action between Ukraine and Japan. Both teams had one loss during the competition so far. Japan against Brazil in a brilliant game. We haven't seen it, but we heard much about it. And also Ukraine, they lost yesterday against Korea, as far as I know, yes. And so they will play each other. My name is Kevin Barth, next to me, Philipp Wegmann, back.
Yes, welcome also from my side. And the lineups are already, or the starting 3 is already lined up from both sides. We see on the Ukrainian side, on the left side it's Strelchik, center is Toporkov, and on the right side it's Olinik. And for the Japanese side, it's on the right side Sano. Then as a center it's Taguchi, and on the left side it's Kaneko. And it is, Kevin, quite an interesting game. Because Ukraine is the current European champion.
Yes.
And Japan is hoping to win the Paralympics this year. Well,
Yeah,
they both
they
do,
both.
of course.
Yes.
But Japan, would you say they're slightly in the favorite position in this game?
Wow, really difficult, because Ukraine, they really had a good result yesterday against USA. Japan, yeah, they really impressed me against Germany. They really had a good match yesterday against Brazil, but I'm not sure. Well, both teams have been already qualified. Maybe Japan a slight favorite, but this can go either way, in my opinion. And just to let you know, the other result from Gym A, from the other women's semi-final, Greece beat Germany 3-2. So Greece against Malmö in the final, and Berlin against Germany in the bronze medal match. The bronze medal matches will be here in our live stream. But firstly, we will start with Ukraine against Japan, men's semi-final.
Ukraine from the left to the right. Strelchik with a start. And first saved by Kaneko. Both have black shirts, black shorts. Kaneko over the left side. And Ukraine has slightly yellow stripes over the shoulders and the arms, and the Japanese players on the left shoulder. On the right hip, some red stripes. Good save by the Japanese defense. Now to the right side, it's Sano, saved by Olinik. Olinik going now to the half left between his 2 teammates, and then deflected and goal. Olinik with the first goal. Just 43 seconds in this game. And Ukraine is leading by one of the top goal scorers, Olinik. Kaneko, saved by Olinik. Leaves it for Strelchik over the half right coming. And then saved and blocked by Kaneko.
For Japan, it's just now getting some rhythm, getting into the game after that early hit, after that early
conceded goal. Yes. Sano with the attack, and then with the deflection, goal for Ukraine.
Well, so far the
Strelchik.
defense, well, isn't that awake like it should be, and Ukraine taking full advantage.
And it's possession Japan on the left. Kaneko. It's going to the middle. Fires it through the middle. Saved by Olenik.
But we have already learned Japan, they always can come back, they always can find something, and you have to play the whole 24 minutes. Well, with Germany they played 16, 17 good minutes, and then they nearly lost with a mercy rule.
Saved by Sano this time. Kaneko over the left. Saved by Strelchik. And for both teams, they both have quite a strong bench.
Yes.
So substitutions can change the game as well. This one was out by Olenik.
Yes, Japan, they brought 2 in against Germany, and they really did some damage.
Sano, diagonal ball, saved by Olenik. It's coming, always right. Down the line, saved by Kaneko. And then nearly the hit by Kaneko, but saved by Olenik. Collected by Strelchik. Over the left, down the line, misses. And it's possession Japan on their right with Yuto Sano. To the middle, fires it down the middle. Olenik again with a save. They play a lot of balls to their left from the Japanese point of view, and Olenik has to save a lot here. Now Kaneko again on the left side. Olenik blocked it.
He, of course, for him it's also something where he can show, well, you can choose someone else because you can't get through there.
Strelchik down the middle. Saved by Kaneko.
Or it's pulling the players towards that side, that maybe gaps are on the other one.
Again to the left by Sano. There could be an option to distract the Ukraine defense. It made them think they always go to the left and then strike to the gap on the half right. Kaneko now to the middle. Saved by Toporkov. Strelchik over the left. Saved by Sano. 8 minutes 40 seconds still to play that first half. That first half of that semi-final. Diagonal ball from Sano. Olenik with a save. Goes to the left, or goes to the middle. Throws to the left, but Sano with the save. And now Kaneko to the left, Olenik again with a save. Olenik over the left side, saved by Kaneko, and he can secure that one. Sano coming over the half left now, to the right this time. Strelchik with the save. Ball is blocked out. Possession Ukraine on the left with Strelchik. And misses. And Japan is not really dangerous yet for the Ukrainian defense.
Yeah, but actually it's a quite open game, but both teams, they are really equalizing each other, but Ukraine with the 2-0 lead.
With the goal. And this is exactly what we talked about. Kaneko took the ball on the left, went over to the right, and then found the gap between Strelchik and Toporkov. So on the half right, from his point of view. That's the first goal in the game for the Japanese side. Now the save of Taguchi.
Good thinking from Japan.
Kaneko. Again the same and a deflected ball and goal. That was really unlucky because Toporkov was just sitting in the middle there, was thinking, okay, Olenek is going to get that one. And I think he deflected the ball with his hand, which he was just putting on the ground and deflected over Olenek's legs. And this is how quickly the game turned. The equalizer, 2-2. Kaneko again. This time Strajic is in position.
Yeah, you feel like Japan has now put up a few gears.
Saved by Sano. Counter attack by Sano. Saved by Olenek. Yeah, Japan didn't score for 5 or 4.5 minutes and then nearly 2 in a row. Kaneko now over the left side, long line. Blocked out by Olenek, and we have the first time out on the Ukrainian side.
Yeah, because the momentum swifted and they want just to have a stop to regain their focus, that they just can focus again and throw with a bit more force and talk about a few, well, a few things maybe in their defense. To all, so far we get what we expected, a really tight tussle, a really tense semi-final. In the other arena we have Brazil as the favorite against South Korea. And now it's a position for Ukraine after the timeout.
Olenek over the half right and deflected and goal.
Wow, these
Perfect
are
start.
timeouts for that. That's what they're made for.
Taguchi deflected the ball just over Sano, who was behind him. Sano now over the left, down the line, Olenek with the save. Strajic coming over his left. Saved by Taguchi. Yeah, he knows to hurry up because of the second rule down the line from Kaneko.
I think it was thrown between 8 and 9 seconds.
Took some time. Olenek now with the diagonal ball, saved by Sano. Now they have to be quick again. Kaneko, perfect! That was really great by Kaneko. He took the ball on his left side and then quickly went to the crossbar, behind his center, between his two teammates, and then to the right corner from his point of view. No chance for Strajic. Perfect attack by Kaneko. Strajic now, saved by Sano. Saved by Toporkov. Leaves it for Olenek, who's now coming over the half left and finds the feet of Kaneko and then over the crossbar. 5 minutes, 35 seconds.
Now we
second
are
half.
back in the situation that you feel that both teams could score just every throw.
Fake by Kaneko on the left, throw by Sano on the right, saved by Strajic. Strajic to the middle, but out. And now the ball is on the Japanese right with Sano. That's what I did before, throwing it across the field. Then fake by Taguchi. Kaneko on the left. This time saved by Toporkov. Passes it back to Olenek. Olenek, long line, Kaneko is there, counter attack, diagonal, saved by Strajic.
Maybe took too long for a counter attack. 2 or 3 seconds between, so enough time for the Ukrainian defender.
Strajic with the goal. He just finds the gap, and I think it goes under the body of Taguchi, the center, and Sano was sliding to his left, but couldn't reach the ball. So just the gap between these two. Now Kaneko again. Japanese goal-scoring machine here with 3 goals already. Olinik, diagonal ball, and timeout may be taken. Yes, by Japan.
Well,
They're again 1 goal behind.
They hope for the same effect like Ukraine had that when it was 2-all. They took the timeout, they scored directly afterwards. Of course, that is also possible with such great teams, that one gets an idea and finds something and scores directly after that timeout. I remember our European Championship in 2019 in Rostock, when there was a timeout for Lithuania. They had only 1 throw, and we all knew they had to score, and they did, and it was 3-all then. So, really interesting.
Timeout can change the game. And now it's Sano coming over the middle. Throwing down the middle, saved by Topokov. Leaves it for Olinik, who is now coming off the half right. And saved by Kaneko. Sano and goal.
Well, these are those balls, not the heavy bouncing balls. They bounce, but they are also really fast and difficult to describe them, but they're really hard and completely through, and you have to be really aware. And but it's the second
Deflection again and goal again by Strelczyk. So this is the same. If you have hard and powerful shots by the players, you need to control them as a defender. Otherwise, every deflection can be crucial. We saw this now 2 times in a row on both sides. Kaneko now, good save by Olinik. Exactly 4 minutes on the clock.
5-4 Ukraine.
And we have the 5-4 lead by Ukraine. And we have not the 6th goal. Kaneko can collect this one. And cannot score. Good save by Topokov. Ball is on the Ukrainian left. Strelczyk takes it, goes to the middle, fires it down the middle to the left side. Sano is there. Sano counter-attack, close to high ball, but still all within the rules. Now it's Olinik. Taguchi with the save. Leaves it for Sano. Sano tries to find the gap again between Topokov and Strelczyk, but Topokov then collects it, gives it back to Strelczyk. Now they have to hurry up because of 10 seconds. Strelczyk with the ball, Taguchi with the save. Kaneko collects this one on the left side, fires it straight away to Topokov, and now we have quicker game here. Olinik now takes his time, fires it down the line, good save by Kaneko. And now we have the substitution. Sano goes out and Koyi Miyayiki comes in, number 8. There's an equipment check.
And we had
for him,
yesterday
of course.
an interview with a German coach, one of the staff, Reno Tiede, and he was talking about number 8, who was substituted in already in that game, and he was one of the keys that Japan turned the game around. So this is the first option they have from their bench, which could change the direction of the game, and this is what they are maybe hoping for.
Miyayiki also played starting lineup in a couple of games in this tournament already. Good player. And maybe you're right, and he has an impact now for the Japanese side and can turn this around. He has the ball now on the left side.
High
Topokov
bouncing
is
ball.
there. So that means Kaneko. I'm sorry. Kaneko is now going to the right side. There with his save, and Miyayuki went to the left. Kaneko on the right, saved by Topokov. Sverchik coming down the middle, saved by Kaneko. 2 minutes 20 on the clock. 5-4 lead for the Ukrainians. And now the ball is going towards the corner, but Sverchik can save it. Misses his attack on the left. Actually, the game is going pretty quick, so we don't have the ball is not. It's always on the pitch, not always, but often on the pitch. 2 minutes on the clock here. Nico, big bouncing, deflection, and goal.
Yeah, it was in the air. He tried to grab it, but it wasn't really possible. He didn't manage to avoid it, and now it's equal again, 5-all.
And again, Kaneko, 4th goal. Olenek through the middle. No problem for Miyayuki. Miyayuki goes now to the half left, fires it towards the Ukrainian defense. Feet defense by Topokov, ball over. So it's in the half of the Japanese. And Kaneko collects it. Tries to score his 5th goal here. Saved by Topokov and Olin and Strelchik. Really, really close game here. Still 5, or now 5-5, 5-0. And Strelchik wants to have the lead here for the Ukrainians, but saved by Kaneko. Taguchi leaves it for Miyayuki, saved by Olenek. Olenek over the half right. Down the line, no problem for Miyayuki. 1 minute, 13 seconds. Miyayuki also down the line, no problem for Olenek. Topokov collects it, leaves it for Olenek, who's coming over the right side, tries to find the gap. No problem for Miyayuki though. And Taguchi gives the ball to Kaneko, who is coming now over the half left and fires it through the gap, but there's Olenek with his feet. Strelchik can secure it just a few centimeters before goal line. Now Strelchik, and saved by Kaneko this time. 40 seconds on the clock. Miyayuki down the line. Olenek with the save, bounces, goal.
Yeah, again.
Unlucky for Olenek.
Yeah.
The ball was really high, probably about 2 meters. Couldn't hear it.
First
Backspin and went into the goal. So Japan now with the lead here.
first lead for them.
Olenek misses. 27 seconds, 0.7 on the clock, and Miyayuki, of course, let some seconds run off the clock, and now hits it. Saved by Topokov, gives it to Strelchik, coming over his left, diagonal ball, no problem for Miyayuki. 11 seconds, so they have to make one more attack. Olenek with a save, maybe a quick counter, yes, and saved by Taguchi, and that's it. Yeah,
Half-time.
Half-time. And yeah, quite an even game, interesting game.
Yes.
Not a lot of mistakes.
Exactly that. We had no high ball, we had no long ball. We had a really fluent game with two teams attacking from the beginning, and Ukraine, they have been 2-0 up, and they had the upper hand many times. Japan equalized a few times, found a few gaps, and then 2 individual defensive mistakes with bouncing balls, and now it's the first lead for Japan. It's a 6-5 lead. They show that they can fight themselves into a game, that they can always find a way back, and Ukraine has it all to do. And just to remind you again, this is a game we have to find a winner, of course, and if we can't do that in the first 24 minutes, we would get an extra time. We would get 6 minutes more with the
With golden goal.
with golden goal. Yes, and that is, in my opinion, the worst rule you can ever have in a in a sport like goalball, where of course one team starts, and there is one throw, and you are just luck or not if you have the first throw and could decide that game with that one throw. So for me, it's like, well, this is not right, but who I am, but I say it every time when we have an overtime. We had it, was it you and me, USA against Canada, where we went into a penalty shootout? Was
Possibly.
we had that 2 years ago.
Possibly, I can't really remember, but of course that's right, because one team has one more chance, or let's say the first chance,
Yes.
of deciding the game. So, yeah, but that's the rule. It's the golden goal rule. But we are now
We still have 12 minutes
12
to
minutes
play.
away from that.
And we have seen a few, well, 2-3 minutes where something isn't right for one team are enough, but I don't see that, well, collapsing like with teams like Germany. We've seen that Japan and Ukraine, they are so consistent. They are such a
They're really
such
focused.
a team, such they know what they do. They can bring people in from the bench, and this is a game where I really see that it's goes to the needle until the end. We could have, well, the deciding goal 10 seconds just before the end. So if you watch that, I think there's much more drama in this goalball match at the Wanda Nations Cup in the capital of Germany, in Berlin. And also good morning to maybe the, not good morning, sorry, good evening to the viewers in Japan.
Who are ready now? Well, the viewers maybe as well, but also the teams. And there's a substitution on the Japanese side. In comes number 3. So a new center, Hagiwara for Taguchi. And the rest stands as it was. So we have Miyayuki, who's playing over the left, Kaneko over the right. And the Ukrainian side also starts with Strelchik, Olenik, and Toporkov.
Japan with the first throw.
Saved by Kaneko, Miyayuki, saved by Toporkov. Leaves for Olenik over the right. Diagonal ball, Kaneko without any problems. Kaneko puts a lot of power into his balls. And he throws them. Strelchik tries to find the gap. Miyayuki though. Feet defense. Miyayuki now coming over the right side. Also good pace.
A low but fast ball.
Strelchik over the left, down the line, Kaneko's there. Kaneko takes this one here. And Strelchik is there. Leaves it for Olenik. Olenik over the left side, tries to find the gap. First defensive action of Hagiwara.
And seems to be ready.
Is now, at least at the end now, in this game. Good defense and goal.
Oh, hit really nearly the perfect bouncing ball, because when it bounces in that moment, it's really difficult to get a control. And now the first 2-goal lead for Japan.
Unlucky from Topokov, who deflected that ball up in the air and then back into the net. Strelchik now over the middle. Also deflection of the Japanian side. No, nothing happens. And Miyayuki tries to find the gap. Timeout on the Ukrainian side, and that worked in the first half already.
Yeah, they had the goal just after the timeout.
And it would, well, they would need one, to be honest, because they are now 2 goals behind.
Yeah, they really need an answer because they have been 5-4 up, and I'm not sure how many minutes they didn't score. So it's really like giving yourself, giving yourself the feeling like, well, we are still in this, we are still able to score. And Japan, well, for them it's the perfect position, of course, and just the same like they had then against Germany. It reminds me.
Olinik finds the gap. And
Oh my, what
perfect timeout.
Incredible.
Unlucky from Hagiwara, who actually had the ball, but lost it. And now it's again the 1-goal lead for Japan. Kaneko, diagonal ball, Olinik saves it, goes back to the crossbar and the post. Coming from the far right there down the line, but saved by Miyayuki. Counter-attack. Tobokov has the ball. And Olenek hands it over to Strelchik. Saved by Hagiwara. Passes it to Miyayuki. Miyayuki to the middle. Tobokov. This time this deflection. Can control the deflection. Now we have a substitution. So Strelchik is leaving the pitch and Tsianenko is getting on the pitch, and it's the first substitution in this game for the Ukraine. 3 minutes and 15 seconds played in that second half. On the other side, Japan has only didn't throw in 1 player, which is Rikia Tori, the guy with the number 5. The rest played or is playing. So
and they still good subs.
Yeah, they have a good bench, and let's see how the bench of the Ukraine works. Now Olenek first, deflected by Miyayuki.
Well, it should give them some new energies and maybe positive momentum.
Kaneko over the right side, saved by Topokov. Leaves it for the new guy, for Tsianenko. Who's coming now over the left. Go to the middle. Hagiwara saves it. Position, Japan. On the right. Kaneko hands it over to Miyayuki, saved by Topokov.
Still no long or high balls.
Really big bouncing, but not a long ball, the ref says, or shows. Really big bouncing by Topokov, and now the Japanese team just thrown the ball out because they were confused, and before they get a penalty against them because of 10 seconds, or more than 10 seconds they would need for an attack. They throw it out, and it's possession for the Ukrainian side. Right side, Olenek. Did find the gap between Hagiwara and Miyayuki. They can save it. Kaneko now through the middle. Bouncing ball, saved by Olenek. And possession, Ukraine. Tsianenko came over to the right side and fires it, but blocked by Hagiwara. Hagiwara needs an equipment check timeout.
And this is nearly.
But I think they are just. There is to tie his shoelaces. So if there's an equipment check with the eyelashes or patches, that's need to be clarified by the referees, and they need to come on the pitch. But for tying shoelaces, they have to ask the players have to ask, and as the referees don't have to control it, so they can just say okay, and then they can solve this problem on their own. Deflected ball and goal from Miyayuki.
I just wanted to say, it took that long, like maybe a regular timeout, and maybe it was too long for Ukraine.
And now we have again the 2-goal lead for the Japanese side. Zianenko tries to answer that one quickly, but is unlucky. And now the save by Olenik. And Olenik goes to the left side, ready for his next attack. Olenik down the line. Kaneko with the save. Eight minutes still to go in this game. 2-goal lead for Japan. Possession Japan, and no danger from Japan. This time. Zianenko, but saved by Kaneko. Kaneko coming over his right side with his left hand down the line, deflected over the crossbar.
Important for Ukraine not to get that 3-goal deficit, but they need a run. They need more than just that 1 goal getting nearer.
Olenek over the left side to the middle. Hagivara, no problem at all. Passes it to Miyayuki, who is going to the half right and throwing to the left. And deflected goal!
Oh, now they are
Deflected.
really on the road, on that winning road to Japan.
And Miyayuki did this before, a really flat ball, but really good pace on it. So if a hand or feet or something is between that ball and the goal, it took a dangerous deflection. And exactly that happened. Now timeout for Japan. Given? No, not given.
No, it was a
not given.
block.
The coach showed it. The coach showed timeout. The ref didn't see it or didn't take it. And now over the left, Zianenko. And goal!
There they are. And the celebration is there. Maybe the loudest I've heard them today, so shows how important it is.
Ukraine stays in the game. There's the timeout for Japan.
And when you play such a long game, it's still also then the question who has more left in the tank. Who will it be? It always looked like, well, Japan, a bit of a slow start, and then they get into it and find their rhythm, and slowly, and then they are there. But Ukraine, they are not beaten yet. They really hang in and had that moment of success. Of course, that timeout comes maybe at the wrong moment for them, but this is also what you can do with these timeouts. Destroy maybe that, yeah.
But the Japanese side are still 2 goals up. We nearly played 5 minutes in that second half, so in total 17 minutes, and we haven't seen any mistake yet, leading to a penalty.
This is also
brilliant. Which means this could also be crucial, of course. Now is the substitution on the Japanese side. Kaneko goes out and Sano comes back in again. But this can also be crucial, of course.
Yes.
Who loses the focus, the concentration first, or does somebody lose it? Because we played Goalball here for Friday, Saturday, and today again.
And also who will maybe has to risk more, and there we are maybe at the Ukrainian side.
Yep. Well, they still have time, but at some point of the game they have to take the risk, of course. Zianenko now, fast response, but Sano is there. Ball over.
Another possession for Ukraine.
And the ball is on the Ukrainian left. Olenik picks it up there, goes to the far right. Olenik down the line, saved by Miyayuki. And then also also saved by the Ukrainian side, who gonna take a substitution now and gonna sub the center position here. Toporkov is gonna go out and Strelchik is gonna come back in again, who's actually a winger and also scored 3 goals already from his left side.
So who will go into
play
that
center
position?
now? Probably Tsianenko, but we'll see how they will reposition themselves on the pitch.
You always have to.
Because it looks like that Strelchik is going, yeah, he's going into the center position. And Tsianenko stays on the left. This was Tsianenko and the save by Sano.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how he interprets that center position, because Toporkov is a player who normally does not throw, and if someone else moves more, that could also open gaps.
They could make it unstable, but also more variable.
Yes. Faking.
And then Olenik would throw, but saved by Miyayuki. And if I would be Japan, I would now go onto the center position and see how Strelchik is going for it. I think that's what Miyayuki did. Tried to find the gap between Olenik and Strelchik, who's throwing now. Didn't find the gap though. But as you said, Topokov just, or not just, but a defense player.
Well, sometimes he throws and then you see, well, he is really a much better defensive guy.
Tsianenko now, over half left, out.
And maybe it's like having that 3 throwing options, 3 different options that the opponent does not know what happens next.
5.5 minutes on the clock. Strelchik with the counter attack. Sano now picks it up, goes over the half left. Olenik with the save. Olenik diagonal ball, Sano with the save.
They still don't rush.
Sano saved with Tsianenko, 5 minutes on the clock. But so far they don't need to rush, because they probably know if we rush, we risk a penalty. And we still have 5 minutes to get at least the next goal or an equalizer.
Probably 20 throws for them.
Miyayuki, good feet defense by Tsianenko. Tsianenko.
Oh, that was really close.
And out by Sano.
Really close to the 10 seconds here from Ukraine.
Olenik takes the ball. Next 30 seconds off the clock. Olenik is the goal!
Yeah. Now they are on a little run from 6-9 to 8-9.
There we go. Miyayuki. Saved by Strelchik. Taking the next throw. Strelchik, saved by Agivara. Leaves it for Sano. Sano, saved by Strelchik. Strelchik counter-attack, saved by Sano. Sano counter-attack? No. Leaves it for Miyayuki. Saved by Strelchik. It's just one goal, but sometimes it's crucial to score that one. Miyayuki on the left side. Strelchik with feet defense. And the ball is on the right Ukrainian side. Saved by Sano. Really good block.
Really,
Sliding to his right and then with his hands deflects it.
it was necessary in
Defends
that
the ball.
moment.
3.5 minutes on the clock. Sano. Diagonal ball. Olenek with the save. Possession Ukraine. Olenek goes to the left. Throws it. Deflection, but no goal. Lucky this time for Hagiwara, who deflects it with his feet and then the ball goes out. Went out. Now Miyayuki over the half right. Deflection from Strelchik, but out. Sianenko alongside and timeout for Japan.
The third one.
Yeah, the game is in German. You say auf Messers Schneide,
Yeah,
which means something like it can go one way or the other.
it's nip and tuck here. It's really. And
Oh.
Japan, of course, is in the position. Yeah, they had that little run against them. They have not scored for a few minutes, and you felt like Ukraine. They knew what was coming, and it was like, well, now it's not. We defend it. There are not the undefendable balls at the moment, and now Japan, they want to readjust things and give some advices, and now they have a chance to show us what they have maybe just heard.
Sano over the right side, throwing to the center position, Strelchik. Olenek now with the attack, saved by Miyayuki. And just to remember everybody who's watching the stream now, it's about who's going to the final
Yes.
of the men's competition. And Japan is leading this semi-final here. Good bounce by Miyayuki, good save by Strelchik. Ukraine now with Olenek over the half left, saved by Hagiwara.
There was some whistling and knocking that they didn't hear what happened.
Sano. And then Sianenko and saved by Hagiwara.
Yeah, the first time where you really had the feeling that they, on purpose, needed shorter than they normally do. So maybe the rhythm changes in the Ukrainian game.
Miyayuki, saved by Olenek. Yeah, it's 2 minutes now for the Ukraine to make the equalizer or more.
Actually, it's just about that equalizer.
Miyayuki down the line, good save by Olenek.
Still 2 timeouts to give for Ukraine.
Olenek diagonal ball, Sano with the save. Sano with the diagonal ball, saved by Strelchik.
He's really
1:30.
playing a good role as a center.
Sianenko, Hagiwara with the save. Here's it for Miyayuki. Miyayuki tries to find the gap and finds it.
Wow, that could be the
This could be
deciding
the turning,
moment.
not the turning point of the game. Yeah, the deciding moment. And timeout. Ukraine now 1 minute 16 seconds on the clock. 2-goal lead for Japan. 5th goal for Miyayuki. And again, unlucky this time from, I think it was Strelchik who deflected this ball over Olenek. But of course, now it's all going in favor of the Japanese side.
Yeah, and for Ukraine, it's like, well, we put so much effort in, we put so much hard work in, and we had the feeling we were just so close, and then one moment, and it's all gone again. And of course, they just need brilliance. They just need really Goalball at its best.
But we remember the Ukrainian timeouts before.
Yeah, they have been really effective twice, and this is the third one,
This
so...
is the third one, so let's see what Olenek does this time. Scores again!
My! The Ukrainian coach,
Unbelievable.
whatever! can we learn that? Is that something he can? Well, if you have a coaching clinic or something like that, take him for it.
Olenek with his 5th goal. Miyagi. Saved by Strategic and then own goal. It was more than an own goal. Strategic actually saved it. The ball was into the hands of Olenek or close to Olenek, and then with his fist he touches it and throws it into the goal. I don't know if it counts as a goal from Miyagi. But anyway, it's again the 2-goal lead for Japan. 1 minute on the clock. Sianenko, Sano with the save. And now the referee tells everybody in the gym to be quiet, because of course there's some other teams or players who are getting ready for the next game or who are just watching. Sano, saved by Strategic. Now they need to be quick. But Strategic, whatever, takes his time, wants to make it more accurate, but Hagiwara saves it. Still possession for Japan. 37 seconds. It might be 2 good attacks for the Ukrainian side, but it needs 2 goals.
Yes. So
Sianenko now. Focus, throw, and score. This is the Ukrainian plan. No score. And in substitution on the Japanese side, Hagiwara goes out and Taguchi goes in. So a center for a center. I think Hagiwara doesn't want to go out, but now he realizes it and leaves the pitch. And it's 22 seconds, and I think this should be, as long as they don't make a mistake, which they didn't do the whole game.
yes.
I think that should be it. Should be the final for Japan.
In the end, it was really slight mistakes, and Ukraine, especially with that own goal, well.
Sano. Strategic with the save. Timeout
Timeout,
for Ukraine.
They need a perfect 20,
It's 15.
15 seconds. It's really like...
Well, they need what they did the 3 timeouts before. Score
yeah,
goal.
but they
needs Japan to maybe make a mistake then.
Yes.
And then it can happen.
It's difficult to see that
happened.
this is working without a Japanese mistake. So you need to throw so quick that there are more than 10 seconds on the clock, so that Japan is forced to throw. And that is difficult because normally Ukraine, they take a bit of time.
But now they have the ball in their hands and they gonna throw straight away with Olenek already standing there in the middle. So Japan has to make a move.
Yeah.
But maybe they just throw the ball out. We will see. Olenek.
And a long ball. And now
long ball.
Japan, they could decline it. They don't have to. How much time is on the clock?
It's 12 seconds.
Well,
Yeah, they decline it.
Penalty declined. So
And
they don't-
Olenek celebrates this, but still the Ukraine is not in possession and still needs now the Japanese side to make a mistake actually.
Yes.
Otherwise they can just take some seconds off the clock, make one attack, and it doesn't matter if they concede a goal after that, because there will be not enough time for the Ukrainian side. 5 seconds on the clock, Strategic saves it, and we are done
Yes.
with this game here, with the semi-final between Ukraine and Japan. The Japanese side, Japan, oh Jesus,
Jape.
wins this game, and they're now getting all together in a circle there, and as you might hear, celebrate because Japan is going straight to the men's final, while the Ukrainian side is gonna play for the bronze medal.
Yeah, they had the better start, Ukraine, but then Japan showed what they always show. The games are long, and if you are that consistent and play with that quality, you will get your opportunities, you will have success. Ukraine made 1 or 2 mistakes too much, but they can learn from it. there is still much preparation time because they could meet again at the end of August at the Paralympic Games in Paris. But now Japan, really credit to them, came back and, well, the second half was really, they were dictating what are the next steps in that game, and also really respect to Ukraine. 3 goals scored directly after a timeout, so that is also something where the coach and the players really work good together. Well, we will have...
We have, yeah, just wait a second, because we have about 7 minutes within till the next game between Poland and Italy starts, and we just have a quick look if we can maybe find somebody for an interview from the Japanese side.
It's also maybe, I'm not